Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So this is part 6 of my visit to the glass fair at Himley Hall, and yeah, there's some new bits of glass and bits I've not seen before, so it's going to be quite interesting, this one. But before we get on and see the glass, at the beginning of the glass fair I met a chap called Carl, and we chat a lot and we have similar interests in some bits of glass, and yeah, I said I'd go and see his stuff, and then when he was leaving he came and said goodbye, and I didn't get his details. I don't even know his second name. So Carl, if you're watching this, please ping me. You can email me through my website in the contact section, my email's in there, or just find me on Facebook and you know, message me. So anyway, let's get on and have a look at some glass. This is funny. When I first saw it, I thought it's a Jill, and then I thought I can't see the line, so it would mark because a Jill is a measure. Can't see the line that makes it a measure, and then it just right here on the very edge of the lip. So you'd have to fit it right to the top for it to make the measure. Normally they're kind of like about a centimetre down somewhere. So yeah, it's very unusual to see it right on the very edge like that. I thought rather than go to one of the Andy McConnell The Decanter books to look for gills, I would go online and do a search about, and Scottish Antiques is the winner. And the reason they're the winner is because they leave all the things that they've sold on their site. So a lot of the others have got some, but it's like one or two. They've got loads because this is what they've got at the moment. Then everything else is sold. So, but this is their history of what they've sold, and they've got prices on them as well. So that's always nice to see that they've got things that have sold. And there is this one here, which is like the one we were looking at, and they've got 1860. I might have gone a bit earlier than that, but especially that one as well. I think I might have gone a bit earlier. But anyway, yeah, I got it for £35. But this is exactly the same kind of trumpet mouth. This lens here, this optical lens here is the same, and then it's got little cut grooves, these cut shoulders. It's the same pattern, so to speak. Or I don't think it's proportionally. I think it's not quite the same. This might be a little bit taller, this bit here, and things like that. Do you know what I mean? But it is the layout of grooves, panel cut shoulders, optical thing, trumpet mouth is the same. And they've got £35 for it. I don't know if it tells you when they got £35 for it. No. But anyway, I suspect it was on sale in 2018. There, seeing as the first 4 digits of the product code is 2018. Anyway, so yeah, this is what they've got. Victorian, Scotland. Now that is because in the book The Decanter, the catalogue, the example that they show in there for this type of thing is from Scotland, but I suspect they were made more widely than that. I don't think all the gills are from, or Jills I should say, are from Scotland. So this glass lady has some nice glasses, and this is the one that's attracting my attention. She's got 50 on, so petal molded, little rummer, small rummer, and yeah, that motif that's around there. So that appears in one of my Irish glass books. What we'll do is we'll have a look at the one and see if it's exactly the same. I've not seen it attributed to anybody else, so don't know if that means it's Irish or not, but yeah, we can have a look anyway. We're looking at a page from the book Irish Glass by Phelps Warren, and this is the glass I'm talking about. So yeah, and looking, it's exactly the same motif, and it's a petal molded glass as well. So yeah, this is it. They've got a date of 1815. I don't know if it's quite that late. It might be later in that. So it's saying this is from the collection of Glasgow School of Art and this lady, and if she's from Glasgow, so after they so glass in the UK, in England and Scotland was taxed by weight, and it wasn't in Ireland, and they could export it to England and Scotland. After 1822, they put the tax back on the Irish, but apparently a lot of glass was being made under the covers and smuggled into Scotland, and apparently Western Scotland was floating in smuggled Irish glass. So yeah, just so it might be post, but then usually petal moulding, I usually think of it as more 1800. So they've got 1815. I think they had 1790 on the stand. So yeah, it's within those extremes of dates, actually, probably.
This stand here, they asked me to come and have a look at these specifically. This is really interesting. So, don't touch. Yeah, the pouring lip here, this lip here, this is like what you see on the French cider jugs. And then this little thumb handle, that is, and also then you've got the ice pocket. You see that quite a lot on French glass. Baccarat did it a lot right up till the early 1900s. So then has the words white port on it, 1861. Now this frosting process was invented in the early 1850s, so that's fine. But yeah, and then you've got this carafe as well. Seems to be out of the same stable. It's got a nice pocket with the thing on it, so never seen that. Maybe all of them originally had it, but so many of them are lost. But yeah, really interesting pieces.
So yes, a very interesting jug there, and decanter with the little ice pockets in them. One with the original stopper for the ice pocket, which I've never seen before. Anyway, I think they're French. I've been batting around all over the internet, and I'm back with Scottish Antiques because they've got loads of jugs. They're all out of stock, but yeah, because they keep their history, it's such a great reference. Now, they're not always perfect in what they do, but they're good enough. So anyway, this jug here, if you make this just a round and you stick a pocket in it and you frost this, it's a similar, the way this is, it's sort of like general layout of the jug. The way the handle is done is very similar. What date has he got on that? I didn't look at that. Hang on, come on. Show me. 1820. See, that jug won't be that early because the frosting technique wasn't invented until the beginning of the 1850s. So the date that's on it, 1861, looks about right. It's strange that it's like a French jug from that period, but the frosting is an English technique by Richardsons, but lots of people were copying it. And also it says white port in English. Yeah, I'm not even sure what they call port in France, but it's blanc for if it's white. So that's, yeah, really interesting jug. I've also tried to look up for jugs with pockets in, champagne jugs and ice pocket jugs, etc., because quite often they're called champagne jugs. That's not been very successful either. Yeah, I've done masses of searching, and it's just like the odd bit here and there, and not very well described. I've got a jug with an ice pocket, and I know mine is a Baccarat one from about 1900, and it's completely different to that. Different scale, different. Everything about it's different. Yeah, it's. See, well, I did find something funny. So this is just an aside. I found this jug here. I have this jug. I think mine is not quite the same. This got a little bit of extra cutting here. Does this expand? Yes, it does. So this has got this little bit here and this little circles here, but the rest of this jug is just like mine. But if you go back, hang on, what happened to it? There we go. They've got 1845, but then and they're saying it's Richardsons, but we also know that Richardson didn't create this process until the early 1850s. And that's why it's important to know these sort of like landmarks, like the frosting. So if you see frosted glass like this, you know it can't be pre-1850. So just a little aside. Anyway, I think it's French. It's made like a French decanter. So it might have been made in English, but they were copying French style if it was. Yeah, and it's post 1850s, but also because of the way the handle is, it's pre 1880s. I think the 1861 date is probably close to its manufacture. Anyway, there we go.
So I think these are Richardsons. This has got this little song. What's he got written in it? So, pair of goblets, blah, blah, blah. So, 19th century. This pattern here, can you see it? Apparently Richardsons registered this pattern, vermiculation, in I think 1854. So doesn't definitely mean it's them. Maybe others copied it, but yeah, probably that's about where they're from as well.
We're looking at a page from the book British Glass, 1800 to 1940 by Charles Hajdemach, and this jug here. So this is what it says. The description here is jug with vermicular pattern, registered by Richardsons, 24th of August 1854. And yeah, that's the same pattern. It's in reverse in that this is an acid etched pattern, and that one was an engraved pattern, but it's the same wibbly wobbly going round in a sort of maze pattern as we were looking at on that glass. So I think that glass is from around this kind of time, I think. And if it's a registered pattern by Richardson, then I think maybe that makes it Richardson's. I can't be 100% certain, but without getting a Richardson's catalogue and go, there it is. But I think, yeah, it's as close as I can see anyway.
These are cool. Look at this. I think that's a wren. But look at the quality on that. It's superb. He's got pear, 340, but the quality is just unbelievable. And he's got others as well. He's got this one here. Looks like a pheasant on it. And he's got this one here, which is just flowers. I think this one is even a step up on the other two. Yeah, really nice.
Yes, I know. I'm sticking with ScottishAntiques.com because they've got all this history in there, and it's all lots of old fogey glass that you can look things up. So they have some glasses of similar quality. This one here is I don't think this is as good as what we're looking at, but if you were to take these pronts off and do different engraving, this is the same basis, and it also has these little dashes around the foot because it's got this trumpet foot like that one did. So yeah, that's quite interesting. Unfortunately, he doesn't know who this is by. He thinks it might be Northwood, it might be Stevens and Williams. It's nice that he's not certain, and he's saying he's not certain. But then if you go down, you can see other ones which are similar quality, like this one, these ones. And the thing is, he's still not able to pin them down. He's got them down as Victorian. He's got various dates on them. But and even then, the dates are not they're not tight dates really, they're a bit all over the place. See if I can find more that are, this is similar to what we were looking at. He's got 1890. This is similar type of thing, 1890 again. So I think they're at that end of the 19th century. Yep. See, that's got a different handle. That's a bit stem, but that's a bit earlier. Yeah, it's. I think they're at the back end. Look, there's another one with this trumpet foot. 1870's got on that. Yeah, I get the feeling that he too is a bit hesitant about exactly what date he's putting on these. But they are fantastic glasses. Yeah, they are just, the quality of them is fantastic, and that's all I can really say about them.
Got a bunch of decanters here. These are all lovely early 19th century decanters. What's nice is that this stopper looks right, but he's saying it's a replacement, so even though it looks right, he's giving, he's being very honest, and that's nice to see. And yeah, got these pair, they're nice. The stoppers seem a kind of a bit out of place because they're molded, but then when you look down into the base looks molded as well, so that goes together. I've never seen done like that before. I wonder if these are continental. But yeah, really unusual. And then in the back there, he's got a couple of web ones, one with the fir cone, and then I think that might be the pillar molded one. I'm not sure. I might try and. It's got like a vertical ribbed molding. I'm going to try and look that up. I'm moving the camera a bit so that I can catch the molding to see if I can find it. So yeah, really nice to see a little group of decanters. I have a couple of decanters here, and I thought I'd demonstrate some of what I was talking about there. So both of these are probably from a similar period. This is a continental one. This one's an English one. First difference, which you can't see, is that this one holds more than this one, but this one is lighter. Okay, so I did check, and this is something like 885 grams, and this one is about 980 something grams. So yeah, it's a whole 100 grams more, but it's a smaller decanter, holds less, and obviously that means the glass is thicker. In the UK, there was a tax by weight, so the tendency was to make the glass thinner, and also it meant that the glass was a more expensive material, so you would treat it better in that you would do nicer things. So you didn't get decanters like this, heavy ones, which were just like molded. Yeah, they've cut the pontle out of the base, but yeah, that's just molded, and the stopper is molded too. So yeah, so it kind of looks English from across the room, but yet the shape is a bit off for English. Usually a bit fatter. English ones. I'm not saying always, but these are little things that add up. The ones that we were looking at on the table there, that were the ones on the right, which are where I was saying the tops and the bottoms are molded, they were also a bit slimmer. Also, I noticed looking at the film, a feature of those was that the way, focus on that stopper, there you go, the way the bottom of the stopper stem goes into the peg is a bit strange compared to English ones. It kind of, like it's pushed into it. English ones tend to be a bit more, there's less edge. Yeah, it's not quite as fat. Yeah, and it's got this one's cut. See, even underneath is cut, and that goes with the whole look of this being cut here, then cut underneath and all the way up, and then the base is cut as well, same way as the top.
So yeah, it's continental ones use more. It's not every time, because they made soda glass ones which weigh nothing, kind of like light bulbs, and they're just like cheap throwaways. But the lead glass ones tended to be heavier and less quality. I've seen Baccarat ones where most of the body's moulded from this same period, and yeah, you wouldn't get a quality maker making moulded body decanters. Not in England, you wouldn't anyway. Very rare when you see them. Very, very rare. Anyway, I just thought I would highlight those differences so you can see what I'm talking about, why I'm sort of like judging them to figure out they look similar, but there's something not quite right about one compared to the other, and why I'm thinking one's continental and the others are UK. I thought I'd cheat for this bit, and yeah, how did I know those decanters were web and fir cone pattern? Is because in the corner of my office I have 3 of them. Can you see the scale pattern there? Yeah, that's fir cone, and you can see they have the same pouring lips on them. So I thought, I can't really let it go just yet. Look, I've got some on my shelf. That's a bit lame, really. So I thought I'd show you this. So I think the ones I've got are post World War I. This is an advert from the Pottery Gazette from 1909, and the stopper and the pouring lip are different than the ones I have. And to tell the truth, I think I've only ever seen one that's like this. Normally they're like the ones that I have, where there is no cut neck, no cut stopper, and they have a tricorn pouring lip. So, but the base, this part here, is exactly the same with the foot and the fir cone pattern. So here you've got, actually this is quite nice because you've got the fir cone and you've got the pattern number as well. So, and it's an original Thomas Webb advert from 1909. So yeah, that's quite, I really do love to find original references, because yeah, they're as good as you're going to get. A couple of superb, he's described them as claret jug blanks. So they've got the groove cut out the top for the silver fittings, but there's no silver fittings. I think these have never been fitted, because normally the bottle goes before the tops. I occasionally see the tops of claret jugs for sale, but look at that. Look at that work, that's amazing. So I'm not going to pull any claret jugs off my shelf. They're as nice as those, because yeah, I don't have any. But I do have quite a lot of claret jugs, and I thought I'd show you what you're looking at. So that funny top with the groove in it, or cut out of it, the V cut. So I've got this one here, and if you look inside, there is the V cut on this one. Can you see it there? This white stuff is the glue. Let's see if I can get it focused in the middle there. Can you see? So that's what you're looking at. So you've got like a, oh, bring this down, sorry. Bring glass goes around like this, goes down and up and around. What was interesting about those ones, though, and I've looked in some of my other claret jugs, it has little rectangles cut in the side with matte glass, and that's to make this glue stick a bit better. I don't even know what they make the glue out of. It looks like plaster, doesn't it? But yeah, it does seem to work for a long time, because this is quite an old one. And yeah, so that's what you're looking at there. The sort of like round flat top, but then with that V cut in it, and the V is for the metal fitting for the, what is it, or wine to go out through.
Here we are, look at this. Italians with the label and everything, and the cork by Tapio Wicala. They've got the date and everything, 1980. Neva it's called. Look at that. So modern, space age even.
I thought I'd be lazy and use my own website as the reference. This isn't live yet though, this is the next version. I haven't finished coding it, and I want to add some more glass onto it as well, and it is quite time consuming. So yeah, we'll go to Finland, and here's the decanter. I've got Itala as the company, and here it is. So yeah, I've only got 2 bits, so don't get excited. So I've sold this, but I did have this. So here it is, Italia Neva range with cork stopper, designed by Tapio Wicala, 1972, and it was produced from 1972 to 1992, so it's guaranteed being a vintage piece. And yeah, the pontle that you can see under here, it tells you, is actually just a part of the mold. So it looks like a pontle until you have a really close look at it. And yeah, the top edge is cut, I've said. And my reference is actually www.itala.com.au. So it's straight out of the horse's mouth, because their website is still going. They're still making glasses. And I think, no, they don't make, don't think they make tumblers for this. It's the other one, Ultima Thule. They still make Ultima Thule tumblers, but if you look at it, it has the label on it. If I go here, can you see? I can't make it any bigger, but you get this. Sometimes you don't see the made in Finland, but you get this eye, white eye and a red dot. So you need to look out for that. And you can see the texture, and you can see what I said. It looks like a pontle, but it isn't. If you take your hand over and turn it upside down and touch it, you'll see it's just part of the mold.
Got some Rosenthal. It's German. Look at these little peacock. So I've been told that these little drips are uranium glass, so I bet they look fantastic in the right light. And yeah, hot glasses are so elegant. Not the most useful glass in the world, but super elegant.
Rosenthal is a German, Bavarian glass maker. They've been going for a couple of years. I don't know that much about them. I know they make quite fancy glass. And yes, I just punched this into Google to see what they've got. And it's interesting. So yes, they make a lot of hot glasses. So look at this. This is a similar shape to what we were looking at there. There's another one. The prices, so it was £450 for 6 glasses there. And, you know, some of these prices are just whoosh. There's 6 for 525. But, you know, that one's 230 for one. And obviously there are people that must be collecting them and looking for specific ones. You know, it's 283 for one there, 154 for one. So yeah, the prices are variable, but there's obviously some that are particularly sought after. And yeah, you can see there's a lot of these tall hot glasses. This one's got a stem the same as we were looking at. So is this one and this one. So the look of them, and it's interesting to me because I do occasionally see these tall hot glasses. I don't know, and I think I need to come back. The other thing I've seen that's interesting is, let's click on this one. I've not been here yet, but look at these. This looks like Whitefriars. And I've seen things that look like this in amber as well. So it's been interesting for me just scrolling through this and thinking, I've seen some of these things before. And yeah, in fact, here we go. This is what I've seen. I've seen this several times. So now I know who it's by. And most people that are selling it don't know who it's by because they're not telling me anyway in their labels. But I now know because this is what happens when you start doing this. You start scrolling things and going, oh, that's who makes it. That's who makes this. So yeah, it's been an interesting process looking at these. And the other thing is that they're still going today. I was having a look through their site, and they still make some hot glasses or wine glasses. In fact, they're not even saying they're just saying, well, they're all wine glasses with this tall, slim stem. Little, got any of their hot glasses? Or are they all? Yeah. Anyway, you can see they're still making them today, so still in business. And you know, if you go in products, it's not a great website, but because you'd expect to see, but they're still making some quite fancy glass today, which is nice to see. So I hope you enjoyed that. Yes. There will be more. There will be a part 7. I don't know. Part 7 might be quite long, or I might cut it short and make a part 8. I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. But there will be more. Yes. And all the references I use will be in the description below. Please remember to like and subscribe. I should let you know that liking and subscribing is free. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help my channel. And yeah, so thank you for watching. Have a good night. Good night.